I'm laying on the couch here reading this book, and the story so far has caught my interest. But I do have to point out, okay, this is an example. She meets this guy, and a man came to stand in the opening, one powerful looking hand gripping the edge of the door. He looked out from the shadows, contemplating her. She talks about his eyes. He didn't have the kind of eyes that could do polite inquiry well, she thought. They were a shade of amber brown. She had seen similar eyes on the National Channel and in wildlife shots in National Geographic. They usually went with the creatures that possessed the sharpest teeth. He was dressed in a pair of close-fitting khaki trousers, which rode low on his hips, and a crispy pressed white shirt. The collar of the shirt was open, and the sleeves were rolled up to the forearm, revealing dark hair in both places. The spiral wire binding of a 3x5 notebook stuck out. I have to admit, I didn't even read that last time because... Okay, now we go on about his stance in the doorway. She goes on here, her self-defense instructor would no doubt describe him as centered. Not exceptionally tall, medium height, sleek, compact shoulders, unmistakable impression that he was complete command of himself, maybe to a fault. And then we go into his hair for another paragraph. Dark, black in the shadows. Yeah, she's describing his hair, but there were shards of silver at the temple and everywhere else. Oh, brother. Okay, so this goes on and on and on. I did not read all this. I didn't read this whole page. I glanced down over it and just saw, okay, now we're explaining step by step by step by step, every little single thing. Now she's in the room, office, and she's talking about the chairs, her chair, his chair, the furnishing, the windows treatments, the client chair, which is too big. The client chair is too big and too overwhelming. The massive desk, it doesn't create the right energy flow, I guess, or something. There's a mirror hanging on the wall, badly proportioned. Now, she is an interior designer, I know. Heavy metal filing cabinets, ancient, not particularly attractive, new bookshelves. But, okay, I have to admit, there is 2 pages here I am not reading. I can see that this is about the squeak of his chair. There's packing boxes outside, serious book collection, mystery novels. So, I know she's looking for answers about his personality in the room and stuff like this, but, you know, if you're going to go on for 2 pages or 2.5 pages describing how he looks, then we're going to go on for 2 or 2.5 pages describing how each room looks. And if, I don't know, I'm only on page 49 right now. This could get to be a very long book and a very short story. If she does this with everybody in every room she goes into, it could turn out to be a whole lot shorter than the book actually is, because I'm not going to sit here and read every single word about how he looked, how he was dressed, how his eyebrows were, how his sideburns were, how his, you know, whatever, toenails were, like, and the room and everything, like, you know, just drag it out too much. Those I have to skim over real fast. Boring.